Good evening, everyone. How are you guys today? Yeah, feeling good? Are you guys excited about this week? Are you guys excited about this week? Good. Okay. Well, we started a bit later because the technical crew had a dinner, of course. They haven't had dinner yet, so why don't we give a round of applause for them for working so hard? Yes, thank you so much. And I've got a bit of an exciting news, actually, for Holland and for women, because we won the European Championship football. Who knew? I think the last time that Holland was a champion was like in 1988, and it was men, of course, and now women's football. Who knew? So we're really, really happy. Yes, so good. So we've got a really interesting show for you guys tonight. We're going to start with someone from Germany, and he's a German singer-songwriter, and he has produced CDs for over 21 years. You all know him, of course. He has several German awards. He performs at churches and theatres, and he's going to perform 4 wonderful songs for us tonight. So why don't we give a warm welcome to Klaus André Eickhoff.
This is my multiple personality. Thanks, band, for joining me. There was this storm, thunder and lightning. It was the 2nd of July in the year of 1505. A young man on his way home near the city of Erfurt cried out, "Help me, Saint Anna, to survive this storm, and if you do so, I might become a monk." Now, if Martin Luther could have Googled the website weatherstatistics.com, he could have known that in Germany, only about 3 to 7 people a year die through a strike by thunder and lightning. But for the year 1505, there were less people, so the statistics say that at that time, about 0.5 men would have died by being struck by a lightning. So this should be a warning to us all to not promise too fast anything to Saint Anna. You could end up as a big reformer. Saint Anna is the topic of the first song. Hätte ich dir mal nichts versprochen, Anna, käme ich jetzt nicht angekrochen, Anna, mit meinen Gewissensbissen, Anna. Aber ich will's jetzt wirklich wissen, Anna, es quält mich lange schon die Frage, Anna. Sie vermiest mir meine Tage, Anna. Sie vergiftet mir die Nächte, Anna. Obwohl ich das gar nicht möchte, Anna. Da ist die Frage nach der Angst, Anna. Und ob du sie von mir verlangst, Anna. Und ob der Chef das auch so sieht, Anna. Anna. Da ist die Frage nach der Angst, Anna. Und ob du sie von mir verlangst, Anna. Und ob der Chef das auch so sieht, Anna. Darum geht's mir in diesem Lied. Hätte ich dir mal nichts versprochen, Anna, käme ich jetzt nicht angekrochen, Anna. Doch ich muss dir das jetzt mal sagen, Anna. Es ist die Frage aller Fragen, Anna. Alle reden nur von Sünde, Anna. Auf, dass man sie überwinde, Anna. Es vernebelt mir die Sinne, Anna. Und manchmal glaube ich schon, ich spinne, Anna. Da ist die Frage nach der Angst, Anna. Und ob du sie von mir verlangst, Anna. Und ob der Chef das auch so sieht, Anna. Anna. Da ist die Frage nach der Angst, Anna. Und ob du sie von mir verlangst, Anna. Und ob der Chef das auch so sieht, Anna. Ich glaube, ich werd paranoid. Hätte ich dir mal nichts versprochen, Anna, käme ich jetzt nicht angekrochen, Anna. Vielleicht klingt es übertrieben, Anna, aber ich will wirklich lieben, Anna. Ich kriege es echt nicht hin, Anna. Ich weiß nicht mehr, wer ich bin, Anna. Ich will büßen und bereuen, Anna. Doch ich will leben und mich freuen, Anna. Da ist die Frage nach der Angst, Anna. Und ob du sie von mir verlangst, Anna. Und ob der Chef das auch so sieht, Anna. Anna. Da ist die Frage nach der Angst, Anna. Und ob du sie von mir verlangst, Anna. Und ob der Chef das auch so sieht, Anna. Anna. Da ist die Frage nach der Angst, Anna. Und ob du sie von mir verlangst, Anna. Und ob der Chef das auch so sieht, Anna. Ich hoffe, er hört gerade mit. There he was, struggling with his image of God, living in the fear of failing again and again, and living in the fear of a judging, punishing God. That just couldn't be it. Studying the Bible, he discovered, whoever loves others has fulfilled the law. Christian faith is not a religion. It's not about keeping commandments and rules. It's about freedom. It's about love. And it's all about grace. Und du machst und du tust und du rennst und es reicht nicht. Und du bemühst dich und du empörst dich und du verlierst dich und es reicht nicht. Lass los. Und du kannst. Und du schaffst. Und du meinst. Und es reicht nicht. So gut es dir gelingt, so gut und klar du denkst, so sehr du dich verschenkst, es reicht nicht. Lass los. Lass los. Denn du bist gut aus Gnade. Du bist gut genug aus Gnade. Mensch, du bist frei aus Gnade, frei und geliebt, weil es dich gibt. Und da ist Kraft. Und da ist Stolz. und da ist Mut und es reicht nicht. Und gute Taten und gute Worte und alles Geld der Welt. Und es reicht nicht. Lass los, lass los, denn du bist gut aus Gnade, du bist gut genug aus Gnade. Mensch, du bist frei aus Gnade, frei und geliebt, weil es dich gibt. Denn du bist gut aus Gnade, du bist gut genug aus Gnade. Mensch, du bist frei aus Gnade, frei und geliebt, weil es dich gibt. Lass los. A last one. There's this famous sentence Martin Luther said. They said the sentence, he didn't really exactly say that, but it was more or less the same what he said. Here I stand, I can't help it, I do not revoke, so help me God. Amen. Hier stehe ich kann nicht anders, Gott helfe mir. Amen. I would like to turn this picture around and hope to inspire you with my last song. Where do you stand right now? Is it good to stay at the place where you are right now, or is it time to move on? Hier steh ich nun, ich könnte auch anders. Hier steh ich nun, ich könnte auch gehen. Hier steh ich nun, ich könnte auch anders. Was heißt könnte? Mann, ich kann. Ich komme aus meiner Komfortzone, aus eigener Kraft gar nicht mehr raus. Und merk schon längst nicht mehr, ich wohne doch nur in einem Schneckenhaus. Ich hatte Pläne, hatte Träume, dann ist ganz heimlich nichts passiert. Seh keinen Wald, nur lauter Bäume und hab mich bestens arrangiert. Die Trägheit kommt auf leisen Sohlen. Wann hat sie mir den Traum gestohlen? Hier steh ich nun, ich könnte auch anders. Hier steh ich nun, ich könnte auch gehen. Hier steh ich nun, ich könnte auch anders. Was heißt könnte? Mann, ich kann, ich kann, ich kann. Ich hab die Welt noch nicht verändert. Sie dreht sich doch und nicht um mich. Bin irgendwann nur noch geschlendert und die Welt änderte nur mich. Noch sind da Kraft und Mut zu hoffen. Noch ist da etwas, das mich treibt. Noch stehen Herz und Himmel offen. Jetzt liegt's an mir, dass das so bleibt. Und kommt die Trägheit auf leisen Sohlen. Links liegen lassen, rechts überholen. Hier steh ich nun, ich könnte auch anders. Hier steh ich nun, ich könnte auch gehen. Hier steh ich nun, ich könnte auch anders. Ja, ich könnte. Mann, ich kann, ich kann, ich kann. Hier steh ich nun, ich muss nicht bleiben. Hier steh ich nun, ich muss nicht stehen. Hier steh ich nun, ich kann auch anders. Ja, ich kann, Mann, ich kann gehen. Ich kann gehen. Ich kann gehen. Ich kann. Thorsten, Andreas, Tobias, Aaron, Matthijs. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andre. That was beautiful. So, to make the transitions between performances more smoothly, I've prepared some trivia questions for you guys. And recently I saw a BBC documentary about the 20 richest songs in the world. And, you know, being a musician myself, I was just really interested. And I was wondering if you guys knew, or if you can guess, what the top 3 richest songs in the world. What are those? And I'm just going to play you the beginning of a song. And whoever recognises the song, just raise your hand and I'll come to you. And we'll see how far we can come. I'm just going to start with number 3. Does anybody have any idea?
What do you mean by richest song?
Well, the song that made the most money. Okay, I'm just going to... Got it on my iPhone, I think. Okay, so this is the first song. I'm just wondering if anyone recognises it. Just raise your hand or just shout and I'll come to you. Oh. Is it? Okay. I don't have an extension cord with me. This is the 7. Sorry. Nobody recognised it. I'm just going to play the beginning again. You recognise it? Okay, good.
Well, I'm not sure. You must have loved that feeling from, I think, the Righteous Brothers.
Yes, very good. Lost that loving feeling from the Righteous Brother. Yeah, it's not that well known, is it? But it's number 3. Okay. Let's see if you guys know number 2. Okay.
Yeah. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere I
When you wish upon a star.
I'm singing in the rain.
White Christmas.
Bing Crosby, White Christmas. Okay. So, okay, number one was, maybe I'm giving it away. No, I'm just gonna, I have a special version of this song, or else you're gonna recognize it right away. Okay. Yeah. Number one. Yes, who was that? Yes, happy birthday! So, that is the richest song in the world, because up until 2015, people had to pay if they sang on TV or maybe at home, I don't know. But up until 2015, it was copyrighted. But after that, so now you can sing it for free and broadcast it for free. So I was really surprised. Happy birthday, really? Yeah, happy birthday. Okay. So, is the next artist ready for us? Okay, so the next artist is an amazing dancer. He's a young talent, only 22 years old. He's from Holland, and he is in his third year of the Amsterdam University of Arts, and he studies urban and jazz dance. And for him, it's really special to be at university, because in secondary school, he didn't do his A-levels, so he never thought he ended up at university. So he's really thankful for that, and obviously talented enough. He's really passionate about God, and he really wants to pursue dancing purely for him, and he's really into improv and prophetic dancing, and he's going to do 2 pieces for us. So give it up for Giovanni Pisas.
let's go way up. Let's go way up. Let's go higher. Till we can't go up no more. Let's touch the sky. We ain't got no limits, no limitations. 'Cause he's got a lot to offer. We got a lot to learn. Let's get to vibe. We can go way up, way up. Let's get to vibe. Let's get to, let's go higher. Let's get to vibe. Let's go higher. Let's get to vibe. Let's get to vibe. Let's get, you know and I know, we gotta let go. You cannot go up if you're still holding on. We ain't got no limits, no limitations. He's got a lot to offer. We got a lot to learn. Let's get to vibe. We can go way up, way up. Let's get to vibe. Let's get to, let's go higher. Let's get to vibe. Let's go higher. Let's get to vibe. Let's get to vibe. Let's get to, you know and I know, we gotta let go. You cannot go up if you're still holding on.
That was absolutely amazing. I enjoyed that immensely. Wow, what a talent. The next artist is a highly successful and famous Austrian actress. And last year we heard some of her stories, her life stories, what she went through, some of the hardships as an actress. And actually 2 years ago she wrote a book, and I hope I pronounced it correctly. My German is really not good. Mein Überlebenslauf, translated into English, My Survival, and it's an autobiography. And it's got really good reviews. And it's about her being born into a family, but there was like no place for the arts. And but then she signed with the most famous German language theatre. So that was totally different than what her family had in mind, but she went for it. And some of the readers said it was a wonderful book, and that a book that changed my life perspective. So if you have the opportunity to pick up a copy, unfortunately it's not in English, but it's in German. And when I just read the reviews, of course I translated first through Google Translate because the reviews were in German. I thought, oh, I want to read that book, but I can't read German. But tonight she's going to show us one piece. So is everyone ready? Okay, good. Yes, let's give it up for Eva Maria Admiral.
Elvira gets that one. Hello. I'm very happy to show you a new piece. As she said that when my book came out, it's now into the 6th edition already. It's only a year and it's already the 6th edition. I get emails every single day about how to survive certain things. And in my head, I thought it would be wonderful if we could reach more people with this book, but I honestly didn't have any idea. So what happened was that German director, TV director, Martin Nowak, who was the TV director at ZDF, which is the German national television company, he contacted me that he wants to make a movie out of the book. So I was really very surprised and very honored. So we made a documentary movie. Of course, the budget was very, very small, but I think he did a wonderful job to speak out things that you cannot say with words, to tell with images what is beyond. And this is what he did, I think, in a very special way. Of course, it's in German, but we have the most amazing translator here. She can do it simultaneously, so nothing will be lost. Just that you know, the movie is called, how would you translate it?
I translated it, Broken Glass Reflecting Eternity.
Yes, Broken Glass.
Reflecting Eternity.
Sorry.
Okay, it's all right.
So that's what I am. Broken glass reflecting eternity. We filmed part of it in the National Theatre in Vienna, where I worked 10 years.
It's a story in 11 acts.
Ich bin die Eva
I'm
Maria
Vera Maria Admiral.
Ich kann so
I
nicht,
can't
ich kann
do
mich nicht
this.
selber vorstellen.
I can't introduce
Das ist nicht mein
myself.
Beruf.
It's not my job.
Ich bin Eva Maria Admiral,
I am
bin
Eva Maria
Schauspielerin
Admiral. I have
seit
been an
30
actress for
Jahren.
30 years.
Ich habe die staatliche
I
Schauspielschule in
attended the
Wien
National
gemacht, das
Acting School in
Max-Reinhardt-Seminar.
Vienna.
Bin dann unmittelbar nach der
Immediately
Schauspielschule ins
afterwards, I
Burgtheater
worked
gekommen.
at
Das
the
ist das
Burgtheater, which
größte
is the biggest
deutschsprachige Theater.
German-speaking theater.
Bin verheiratet mit
I
einem
married an
Schauspieler,
actor,
Eric Verlin.
Eric
Vorher habe ich noch
Verlin.
in Paris studiert,
And before that, I also
Literaturwissenschaft
studied
und wohne
literature
jetzt
in
Salzburg.
Paris, and now I live in Salzburg. Act 1,
Ich kam
God
mit
must
9
have
ins
been
Internat
mean.
aus zwei Gründen. Erstens mal
There were
war
two
das-
reasons
war
for
das
me
damals das
going to
Gehör
boarding
zum
school when I
Renommee.
was
Wenn man
9.
aus gewissen Kreisen
First,
kommt,
at the
und das
time, it
andere
was
war,
completely
glaube
normal
ich,
when you belonged to a specific social
dass
class.
es einfach wichtig war, dass ich weg war von zu Hause.
And I think it was
dass ich
important
also
to my parents. I wasn't
nicht
at
mehr
home.
zu Hause sein sollte,
They didn't want me
weil es
there.
einfach so gewollt war von meinen Eltern. Ich glaube, als Kind fühlt man sich da zuerst
I
mal
think
sehr
that as a
im Stich
child you
gelassen,
feel
weil überhaupt keine
abandoned
Person
when you
da
have
ist, die mir
nobody to
etwas
talk to.
erzählen könnte. Und es gab auch
I also experienced
Disziplinarstrafen, auch
discipline
schwere
and severe
Disziplinarstrafen.
sanctions.
Also für mich war das Schlimmste die Schweigepflicht, ist,
The
wenn
most
die anderen
difficult when you aren't allowed to talk is
Mitschüler,
when
die
the other
30 anderen
30
nicht mit dir
pupils
sprechen dürfen.
can't speak to
Ab
you.
und zu habe ich halt mit meiner Bettnachbarin doch was geplaudert und
Once in a while
einmal
we'd chat in the
ab und zu
dormitory. I
ja,
must
ich
have
dabei
been 10 or 11
10,
when
11.
one evening a nun came in.
Sie kommt rein
And she said
und
to
sagt,
me,
nimm dein Bett und
Take up
geh.
your bed and go.
Und ich kannte die Stelle aus der
I
Bibel.
knew it was a verse from the
Ich
Bible,
habe
so
zuerst mal nicht
I
genau
didn't
gewusst,
think it
dass
could bring
jetzt
about
irgendwas Schlimmes
something
kommt.
really
Sie sagt,
bad.
nimm dein Bett und geh.
She said,
Jetzt
take
nimm
up your
schon dein
bed
Bett
and
und
go.
geh. Und dann habe ich
So I took my sheet and my
mein
pillow,
Bettdecke genommen
and the
und
nun
Kissen
walked
genommen
before
und
me,
sie ist
and I went
vorgegangen,
down
sie
to
hat
the
mich
basement
rausgezerrt, ist
where the study
vorgegangen
was.
und ist runtergegangen in den
It
Keller,
was
wo der
dark,
Studiersaal war.
and she showed
Da
me
war
the
es
floor and
dunkel
she
und
said,
dann hat sie den Boden gezeigt und hat
now you
gesagt,
sleep
da
here,
schläfst du
so
jetzt
you
und dann
won't
wirst du nicht mehr
chat
sprechen.
anymore.
Und dann hat sie den
Then she
Studiersaal
closed the door,
zugesperrt und es war
and it was
dunkel
dark, and I
und
laid
ich bin da
there.
gelegen. Und dadurch hat die
At the
Nonne
time, the nun
natürlich, ab dem
represented
Moment,
God to me.
war ja unsere einzige
And during
Bezugsperson,
3
hat sie
years,
mich schon
they were
Gott
the image I
repräsentiert,
had
relativ
of God.
schnell. Also ich glaube,
I
spätestens
thought to
nach einem
myself,
Jahr war das für mich
I
die Stimme
didn't have
Gottes.
any chance
Und
with God.
Ähm, Ich habe einfach
I
gemerkt, dass ich bei
thought
Gott
that
keine Chance
if the
habe.
nuns were representing
Ich habe gedacht,
God,
wenn die
and
Nonne,
if they were so
die ja nur der
severe,
Repräsentant Gottes ist,
how the
schon
more
so streng ist, und
would
wie viel
God
schlimmer
be?
muss dann Gott sein? Im Internat gab es
in
einen
the boarding school there were
Naschkasten,
lockers
der
that
wurde
were open
einmal
on
die Woche,
Wednesdays
Mittwoch,
and which
15:30,
held the packages
16
sent by the
geöffnet,
parents.
wenn Pakete kamen von den Eltern.
But we weren't
kam
allowed
das
to
dann in
owe
den Naschkasten
anything,
rein.
like
Uns
chocolate or
war es nicht
cookies.
erlaubt, irgendetwas zu besitzen, eine Schokolade oder ein Keks, das war nicht
It
erlaubt.
just wasn't
Das
allowed.
Einzige, was erlaubt war, war das Essen, was im
We
Internat
were
gab,
only
war
allowed to
nicht
get
noch
what the
irgendwas
boarding school
danebenher.
would give us.
Und
Everything
das wurde
else
auch immer
was
konfisziert, wenn wir
confiscated.
versucht haben, irgendwas mitzubringen.
We tried to
Oder
hide things
Matratze
under the
oder so,
mattress
das
or
hat nicht
elsewhere, but
funktioniert.
it didn't
Und dann
work.
kommt also dieser Naschkasten und der
And
wird
then
einmal die
there
Woche
was
geöffnet,
Wednesday,
um
and the lockers
15:30
were
am
opened.
Mittwoch.
And in my locker,
Und in
there
meinem
never
Fach war
was
nie was
anything
drin,
inside.
weil nie jemand was geschickt
Nobody
hat.
sent anything to me.
Und das Komische
And the
ist, als
strange thing
Kind
is that
gibst du die
as
Hoffnung
a
nicht auf.
child,
Du denkst
you
jeden
don't lose
Mittwoch wieder,
hope.
jetzt kommt was.
each Wednesday I
Da war
thought there
nie
would be
was
something
drin.
for me, and there never
Und
was.
da habe ich vielleicht zum
It's
allerersten Mal
enough,
so
and
ganz
that's where
leicht
I
eine
found
Ahnung
the
gekriegt,
first time the truth, realizing that it was done
dass
on
es
purpose.
eben sehr gewollt war, dass
The
ich
fact
ins
that I
Internat
was,
gekommen bin und
in a
dass
border
ich
school,
möglichst weit weg bin
away
und dass
from
ich
my
eben nicht
family,
besucht werde, dass ich quasi
That I was set aside from
abgestellt
my
wurde
family.
und dass da eben ein Bruch war in dieser Beziehung.
There was a break with my family. Above the roofs of Paris.
Eva Maria war
Eva Maria
wuschig.
was
Die
passionate.
Haare,
Her hair was
ja,
all
wuschig.
over, and
Und
she was
sie war
just like me.
so wie ich, hat laut gelacht.
Loud.
Nachdem ich
She
6
was
Monate
laughing
in
loud.
Australien war
After
und
6
Berlin
months
für mich
in
zu
Australia
eng
and Berlin
wurde,
starting to be too small to me, I decided to
entschloss
go
ich
to
mich
Paris.
nach Paris zu gehen. Ich hatte meine
I had a
Hassliebe
love-hate
gehabt,
relationship with the
Französisch zu
French
lernen. Und dann habe
language,
ich mich
and then I went to the
an
Sorbonne.
der Sorbonne Nouvelle beworben. Da waren
There were young people from all
Jugendliche
over the
aus allen
world,
möglichen Ländern, aus Griechenland,
Greece,
Italien
Netherlands, Italy, and there was
und eben
Eva
auch
Maria.
Eva Maria. Sie
She didn't
erzählte
tell me
das
right away
nicht so
she was in
schnell, dass
conflict
sie
with
sehr
her
viel Ärger
parents.
hatte mit ihren Eltern.
She
Nicht
didn't
sofort.
show it
Sie
in
ist damit
any
nicht
way.
hausieren gegangen. Sie hat das nicht so vor sich hergetragen. Zunächst wusste
I
ich
didn't know
nicht
about the burden she was carrying,
von dem
and
Päckchen,
she
das sie
didn't
mit
know
sich
about mine.
herumträgt und sie auch nicht von dem Päckchen, das ich mit mir herumtrage. Und trotzdem war sie
She was
sehr
astonished
erstaunt,
that
dass
I was
ich eben
such a
auch
joyful
ein
person.
fröhlicher,
And I
sprühender
told
Mensch
her
war. Und
one day
irgendwann erzählte ich
that,
ihr,
well,
dass
Jesus was my
Jesus mein
friend.
bester Freund war. Wir saßen in einem Café.
We were sitting in a
und
cafe, and I came to
erzählte
talk
ich das
about it
kurz
briefly.
Und
So she went to the
sie ging dann
toilet, and when
auf
she came
Toilette
back,
und kam
she was
wieder und war
quite
sehr
irritated.
irritiert. Und ich fragte sie, ob ich
So
irgendwas
I asked her if I had done
gemacht
something
hätte.
wrong.
Und dann erzählte sie mir, dass sie eigentlich
And she told me that
sich
she had kind of promised herself
mehr
to
oder minder
never
geschworen
have
hatte,
any
nie wieder mit
contact
Leuten
anymore
Kontakt zu haben,
with people
die
who believed in God,
an Gott
who were
glaubten, die Christen
Christians.
waren.
In dem Moment ist bei mir
At that moment I felt lost.
also die
I
Lade
thought, oh my
runtergegangen.
Lord,
Ich habe gedacht, oh mein Gott, die
she's
ist auch
one
so
of
eine.
them.
Und für mich war das,
Since
ich
I
habe eine
left boarding
Spur
school, I
getan,
promised
als ich vom
myself to
Internat
never
weg bin.
again
Ich werde
sit
nie
at the
mehr in
same
meinem Leben
table as people
Menschen an einem
pronouncing
Tisch
the word
sitzen,
God
die
or
das Wort Gott
Bible.
oder Bibel in den Mund nehmen. Ich werde nie mehr
I
in
didn't
meinem
want
Leben
to speak to
mit
these
solchen
people
Menschen
ever
sprechen.
again.
Und das habe ich auch
And
gesagt.
that's what I
Ich habe
told
gesagt,
her.
Michela,
I told
dieses
her
Thema ist für mich
this
absolut
subject was an
tabu.
absolute taboo,
Ich habe dieses
that I had
Thema
experienced and
durchbuchstabiert in meinem
survived
Leben.
this
Ich habe es
subject.
überlebt.
and that
Aber,
if she spoke once more about
Also
it,
wenn
it
du
would be
dieses
the end
Thema
of
nochmal
our
aufs Tapet
friendship.
bringst, können wir leider nicht befreundet sein. Ich kann mich erinnern durch die
I
Gespräche
remember
mit
one
der
of my
Michaela, dass ich einmal
conversations with
in
Michael
meinem Dachzimmer
while we
da
were
über
watching
die
over the
Dächer
roofs
von
of
Paris
Paris.
geschaut habe und dann so
And I thought
still und
that
heimlich mir
if
gedacht
God really
habe,
existed, it would be nice getting to know him better.
wäre schon, wenn es Gott gibt, wäre
But I
schon,
mean, the God Michaele
wäre
described to
schon
me,
schön, ihn
if he
kennenzulernen.
existed,
Wenn es das
it would
gibt, diesen
definitely
Art
be
von
great.
Gott, meine ich, den die Michaela mir
And
beschrieben hat.
I thought that
Wenn es
I
den
might
gibt,
miss
wäre
out something if it
schon
was
schön,
true.
weil ich habe mir gedacht, vielleicht verpasse ich dann das Beste, wenn es den wirklich gibt, irgendwie so. Und dann
I
habe ich da
didn't
so,
pray or
ich würde es
anything,
nicht
it
Gebet
was
nennen,
just
es
a
war einfach so ein
secret
Wunsch,
wish
habe ich über die
that I
Dächer von
sent in a
Paris
silent voice over
heimlich,
the
still
roofs
und
of Paris.
leise ausgesprochen. Und bin dann
The
nächsten
next
Tag,
day,
glaube ich,
I
schon
drove
nach
to
Stade
Stach
gefahren,
to
in die
visit the
Kathedrale von
cathedral
Stade,
and
um mir
see
die
the
gotischen Fenster
Gothic windows, because
weil
they're
die
very
so berühmt sind. Und
famous.
ich war dahin und komme
As
da
I
hin
entered
und
the
das ist ein
cathedral, there
Orgelkonzert
was
von
an
Bach.
organ
Ich
concert
mag
of
weder
Bach. I
Orgel
didn't
noch
like
Bach,
organ
aber
nor
jetzt war ich
Bach.
schon
I
da, ich
just
wollte
wanted
nur
to
die
watch the
Fenster sehen.
windows.
Also
So I
setze mich da
sat down,
rein, schaue
looked
auf
up
die
to the
Fenster,
windows with the music
bricht
surrounding
die
me.
Musik über mich herein. Ich schaue Richtung Kreuz.
I saw the cross in front of me.
Und da
And then
ist etwas ganz Seltsames
Something
passiert,
strange happened.
was man nicht in Worte
Something you
wirklich
can't put
erklären
into
kann.
words.
Und zwar, es war so wie,
It was
ich meine, plötzlich so eine
as if I
ganz
felt a
große
huge
Anwesenheit
presence.
da ist. Von etwas, was ich nicht
something
kannte.
I never experienced before.
Es war nicht nur
It
angenehm.
wasn't all
Es war-
pleasant.
Als ob plötzlich,
I
also mir ist so
lost my
der Atem
breath,
stehen geblieben, als ob
And I
plötzlich,
realized there was something
wo ich plötzlich gedacht habe, da
fundamental
ist
going
etwas,
on.
was wesentlich
Fundamental
größer ist als
and
du und was
overwhelming.
wesentlich über all das hinausgeht, was du bisher auf dieser
How
kleinen Welt erfahren hast.
could I get along
Und wie
with
gehe ich
this?
jetzt damit um? Das war eigentlich unmittelbar schon meine zweite Frage, dass ich war fast
I
erschrocken,
was
das ist das
shocked, not
Komische. Also ich war
happy.
jetzt nicht
That's the
erfreut, sondern ich
strange
war fast
thing.
erschrocken. Ich habe gedacht, oh mein Gott,
I
was mache ich
thought,
jetzt?
oh my God, and what am I
Und dann
going
habe
to
ich
do
von
next?
irgendeiner Frau erfahren, ein
At the
Pastor
time I
aus
heard about a
Neuseeland
preacher from New
predigt.
Zealand who was going
Das war
to
also eine
preach
freikirchliche
in a
Gemeinde,
free
also ganz
church,
anders als das
and which is
katholische
far
Internat.
from the
Und sie kam
Catholic
mit.
boarding
Sie kam
school.
mit und wir gingen in diesen Gottesdienst.
So she came with me
Und so wie es
to
halt
the
in
worship.
Freikirchen ist, gibt es meistens einen Aufruf,
And as it's often the case in
ob,
these free
Menschen
churches, there was a call
Jesus ihr Leben
for the
übergeben
people who
wollen.
wanted to follow Jesus.
Und das tat sie dann.
And she did
Sie
it.
ging nach vorne
She walked to the front
und ließ für sich beten.
and let them pray for her.
Ich kann mich genau erinnern, bin nach vorne gegangen, habe mich
When I went to the
hingekniet,
front, I kneeled
habe mir nicht
down.
wahnsinnig viel erwartet.
I didn't
Ich hab
have
gedacht,
huge
ich probier's jetzt
expectations,
einfach.
but I thought, why
Großen
not?
Glauben habe ich keinen.
I didn't have
Eigentlich
great
gar keinen.
faith, so I kneel.
Knie mich dahin,
listened
bete
to the
dieses
prayer.
Gebet und in dem Moment war das so,
At one moment,
wie wenn plötzlich ein
I feel
Zentner
a
schwere Last
great
wird von meinen
burden
Schultern hochgehoben,
getting up
weggetragen
and being taken away.
und ich habe plötzlich gespürt, ich
Suddenly
habe
I
einen
feel
Erlöser.
free.
Also ich bin erlöst. Ich
I
weiß nicht,
feel
ob man sich
free.
das vorstellen kann.
I
Ich
can't
bin
explain it.
erlöst von
I'm free
meinem
from
Sein,
what
von
I
meiner
was,
Vorgeschichte,
free from my past,
von meinem Verlassensein. Ich
free
bin
from being
erlöst worden.
abandoned. I can't explain it, but I'm free.
Und in dem Moment habe ich das
And at
ganz,
that
ganz
moment,
deutlich
I felt
gespürt.
it really
Ich habe
clearly.
auch deutlich gespürt, dass ein komplett
And I
neues
also
Leben
realized
angefangen hat.
very clearly that I had started
Also
a
ich habe wirklich
totally
gespürt,
new
so, und jetzt
life.
fangen wir nochmal von vorne an.
I felt I was starting it
Fangen wir
all
nochmal
over
ganz von vorne
again,
an.
from the beginning. Act 3, the curtain rises.
Ganz interessant ist, dass mit
Something very
gemeinsam mit
important
dieser, ich
that
nenne es
came
mal
together
Bekehrung,
with
ich
my
habe mich
conversion
zurückerinnert,
was
was ich immer
that
schon
I
machen
asked
wollte in meinem
myself what I
Leben.
wanted to do with my life.
Wenn ich jetzt
I
einen
had
Papa im
always
Himmel habe, könnte ich ihn ja fragen,
Wanted to be an
weil
actress.
ich wollte ja eigentlich immer
And
schon
I had a
Schauspielerin
father in
werden.
heaven, so
Ich könnte ihn
maybe
ja
I
fragen,
could
was
talk
er
him.
dazu meint. Ich habe zu ihm gesagt,
Ask
wenn du
him.
willst, dass ich
So I
Schauspielerin
asked
werden
him,
will, dann
if
will
you
ich auch
want
an die
me to be
staatliche
an actress,
Schauspielschule.
then
Das war
let
für
it
mich
be at
damals
the
der
National
Begriff
Drama
von
School
Qualität.
because it's quality.
Und da habe ich die Aufnahmeprüfung gemacht.
I
und
did
ich
the
muss sagen,
entrance
die Aufnahmeprüfung
examination.
dauert eine
It takes a
Woche.
week.
Ich war fassungslos,
I was
als sie mich
stunned
genommen
when they
haben.
told me I passed.
Man kann sich das
You
nicht
can't
vorstellen. Ich habe
imagine it.
geschrien vor Freude.
I cried out of joy.
Also vor Freude und vor
Out of
Angst.
joy,
Ich
but
dachte,
also
oh mein Gott,
fear.
oh mein Gott,
I
jetzt
thought,
wird's
Lord,
wahr.
oh Lord,
Ich
is
kann
this
nicht glauben,
true?
Ich kann das doch
I
gar
can't
nicht.
do
Ich
this.
kann das
It's
doch gar
not
nicht
me.
erfüllen. Ja,
There
ich
are
will das
others
doch gar nicht.
who seem
Ich fand die anderen immer viel
so much
besser.
better.
Die staatliche Schauspielschule in Wien, das war das
National Drama School
Damals
in
war das so
Vienna
der Inbegriff
was
von
the school
von
of the
einer
great
hochkarätigen
careers.
Schauspielschule, weil da alle die
It's
berühmten
the place where all the famous
unterrichtet haben.
actors have
Auch
been
zum Beispiel
teaching.
Pantomime hatten wir bei
For example, Sami Molcho
und die
told us-
Christiane Herbiger hat
taught
unterrichtet.
us
Also
Pantomime,
wirklich, der
or Christian
Brandauer hat unterrichtet.
Herbiger
Also nur
was one of our
die Spitzenkräfte
teachers.
haben sich an
All
dieser
the
Schule
best
vereinigt. Man
actors
hat
were
also das
there.
Gefühl, man bekommt wirklich
It was
von
the
der
elite that explained
Elite
us about our
übermittelt,
job.
wie der Beruf geht. Ich habe in der ganzen Zeit
At the
in der
time I
Schauspielschule
studied there, I
immer
had the idea I would never
panische
get a
Angst
job.
gehabt, ich werde nie in meinem Leben einen Job kriegen. Also habe
So
ich aus
it was
Panik
possible
heraus schon ab
for
dem
the second year
zweiten Jahr
students
Schauspielschule
to
kann man eine
acting
Sondergenehmigung
while
ansuchen, dass man
going on with
schon ab dem
studies.
zweiten Jahr
I
am
did that,
Theater
and I have
spielen
been
darf, nebenbei, neben dem
acting all the
Studium.
time
So habe ich
during my
also
study.
ununterbrochen vorgesprochen und ununterbrochen gespielt, schon neben dem Studium. Und dadurch
That's
hat
how
mich auch der
the
Direktor
director
vom
of
Burgtheater schon
the
in anderen
Burgtheater
Produktionen gesehen. Und
saw me acting,
als dann ein
and
Vorsprechen
that's why
ausgeschrieben
he
wurde für eine bestimmte
accepted
Rolle im Burgtheater,
that I would
war einfach das
audition.
Glück, dass ich da für dieses Vorsprechen auch eingeladen wurde. Aber da waren 200
So
andere
there
auch
were
eingeladen. Ich
200
war nur einer von den 200.
Other auditioners.
Und da habe ich dann vorgesprochen. Und
So I
dann wurde ich
auditioned,
nochmal zum
and I had
Vorsprechen
to audition
eingeladen,
again,
zweites
and at the end there were
Vorsprechen. Da
only
waren dann
10
nur noch
left.
10 da. Nochmal vorsprechen. Und dann heißt
And
es
they
immer,
said,
wir
well,
melden uns. Und dann
we'll
haben die
get
sich
in
nicht
touch.
gemeldet. Und
But
dann
they
hab ich
didn't.
gedacht, ja, okay,
So
klar,
I thought,
passt.
well, that's
Irgendwas hat mich
it.
dazu veranlasst, eine Woche später im Regiebüro
But
vom Burgtheater
just
anzurufen,
to
nur
be
um sicher
sure,
zu
I
gehen.
decided to call them.
Und ich
And when I
rufe
called,
an
they
und sie
said,
sagt zu mir, ja,
yes,
fragt mir halt,
you're already
Sie stehen schon am
scheduled. You start in
Probenplan,
2
Sie sind ja in
weeks.
2 Wochen schon dran. Und
So
dann
I
hab ich
said,
gesagt,
well, nobody
mich hat
called
niemand
me.
angerufen. Und dann hat sie gesagt, ja,
And
wir
I
haben schon
said,
gedacht,
well,
Sie werden sich
we
melden.
were sure you'd get in
Und das
touch
war
with
also
us.
mein
That's how I
Beginn im
started
Burgtheater.
in the Burgtheater. Acte 4.
I
4.
think we leave it there, right?
Fencing lessons.
Now starts the love
Also ich bin in
story.
der Schweiz
I
aufgewachsen.
think we stop
Und
here.
die Suche nach
Okay, won't stop here. Right. The love story is nice too, but
Because I don't know, it's really hard with the 2 languages, no? So this is the love story. You want to see the love story also? I don't know. It's very hard for me to see it and to concentrate. Anyway, what? This is my husband. So now, now I'm confused. Okay, what what I wanted to tell you is several things. The one thing which was very special for me is I left the National Theatre and I was a fixed member of the National Theatre for 10 years, which is a very high honor. And I left it, and they knew why I left it because, of course, they were asking, and I said, I just cannot continue at that stage because at that time the plays we played were very depressing, and the message of the plays was always like, life is shit, why don't you kill yourself? Life is senseless, why don't you go home and die? Right? So at some point, I thought I would like to play something which brings hope. And this is what I told them. So I didn't have a good renommé when I left because, I mean, you understand, it's like, okay, just go, if you think you have something more important to do. So it was really such an incredible blessing for me that 20 years later I called them and I sent them my book and I said, would it be possible to do a lot of the filming now is on the stage in the National Theatre? Would it be possible to film on the stage, but we have no budget? So we have a stage, we have an auditorium with 2,000 people, we have like 50 technicians, but we have no money. We cannot pay. And they gave us this theater for free. And I was really very blessed to experience it, that somehow, I still had any kind of respect, even if I failed in their eyes, even if I couldn't continue my career. So this was one point I can tell you, that even if you cannot continue the career how you're supposed to be, there are very many hidden blessings that will come out later. This is what I wanted to say you. And just one thing, when we talked this afternoon about the real self and the quote by Richard Rohr, remember, about the real self and how you will find God. Just one thing from my experience is, and also what Richard Rohr says in his book, is the real self is the very inner self, the only self that has the connection with God. That's the real self. So that's a little bit the difference, about artists always looking for themselves, but the real self is in connection with God. So this is the secret. Thanks.
Thank you so much for your touching story. It was a bit funny because I actually spoke to her husband this afternoon while I was preparing in my hotel room. I got a call and I thought it was like someone from reception, asking me to come down and talk maybe to Eva about how I should announce her. But it was your husband and he dialed the wrong number. So it was really funny. I'm like, oh, hi, nice to talk to you. So yeah, and then I saw him. So I know the face that goes with the voice. Okay, it's I guess it's time for our next artist, and he's from Bulgaria, Sofia. His name is Teddy Liho, and he has been going to CA for many, many years, he told me. He's a visual artist and designer, and he's also an academic teacher, and he loves engaging with young people. And right now he's working on his PhD in arts and technology. And he told me that technology keeps changing so fast that he keeps on changing his written work because the technology just speeds up with him. So that must be very hard to work on. And he's an international guest lecturer, and he also emphasizes that he really has the desire to use his art for social change. So I thought that was very, very lovely to hear. And are you guys ready? Are you ready? Yes? Okay, well, let's give it up for Teddy Liho, guys.
Good evening to everybody. Thank you, Natal, for the presentation. There is a lot of friends, and I'm really happy to be here again among a lot of friends and new people coming here. And as Andre yesterday explained very clear at the beginning, his impression is that there is a big, huge family. So I'm part of that family and really happy with that. I would like to share with you two slideshows very briefly. First is start from the last year. Some of you was here and remember our future project at that moment, which we announced with Dorothea here on the stage about Schatze, treasure, Artelia, Schatten, Sakrovište in Bulgarian. It's about searching and finding. This project demonstrates, and it is real evidence that CA tribe work, and after the seminar continued that collaboration. So this is first slide is the venue where that projects continue. This is Villa Claudia in Feldkirch. This is the location, very briefly, to have idea where the location is. There's a Feldkirch on the border between Austria and Swiss and Liechtenstein. This is a think tank where the idea appeared in Zagreb. This is Dorothea manuscript. Think tank 2 in Sofia. This is Sofia part of the project. This is Think Tank 3 in Finland. Dorothea invites two artists, two ladies from Finland. Actually, it is pan-European project. Artists from different countries comes. This is a poster which we made about that. Cards. And this is all events agenda of the project. This is atmosphere in the studio of Dorothea. This is Dorothea's loom. And other host is Judith. And you can recognize some of CA faces here as well. So that tribes start to come to Feldkirch. Peter's just come in Villa Claudia, the main venue. And we organize a very special event, folding a catalogs evening in Doris House. So this is a list of artists. You can recognize some of them were linked with CA. This is Anne Duber, my name, Nikolai, and Dorothea, and Peter. So real CA size project. The main purpose and title for the projects come with our common values we are sharing with local communities. And it is very important to mark that we are not prepared, not make a rehearsal before what every artist will bring for that exhibition. And when we put our works in the exhibition space, that we discovered a special language of communication between them. We'll see after some slides. Peter last check of everything. And you can see in this way how Peter's work start to interfere to that jewelry area of Mirena. So this is Peter's work. You can see and very easy to recognize. Communication between artworks of different artists. So this is Mirena and Sarah's work in that hall. This is 22 medals with title Modus Vivendi. This is Sarah Lunden. She's from Finland. This is textile work. Anna Duber was at CA even during the ages in Doorn and later in Bad Honnef, I suppose. Two English gentlemen make an ice cream break during the preparation of the exhibition. This is Doro, 3 languages title. Atmosphere in the Villa Claudia was amazing. We are lucky with amazing weather and sunlight of all spaces. Sorry. This is Nikolai and Eva cyanotypes. Some of you knows that is a traditional photographic contact prints technique. This is some of my works, which is titled Arc of Consumer. This is folding shopping cassettes and drawing on the bottom. It is interaction with smoke during the opening. It's funny, but we make a phone call to the fire brigade local to inform them that there will be smoke action. So this is opening, people start to come. That lady, Gabriela Boch, wrote a special text for the opening. And music Montfort Quartet. On the pictures there are 3, but it's a tricky that the lady was last month pregnant, so the other gentlemen make a joke that she played for 2. So this is the reason she is a quartet. And next day there is a workshop for cyanotype in Dorothea and Judith's studio. So this is shop's window, Windows case on the studios. The process, sorry. There is a sunlight, we are lucky with weather as well. Is Peter taking his shadow portrait. Some of results. There was a performance as well, so we are happy to work together and interact with local community, which is very important to share our values. And at the last moment there was a music party with the amazing trio, Café Deseado. The party started at 9th of and continued till 10th of September. So this was about Treasure Project. Second part, I would like to share you with a subject which I will give a workshop and will happy to share with you some subject which is discussed these days, which is very important to quality of artist presentation. So I prepare very briefly this slideshow for sharing with you that experience. When we are searching for the popularity of presentation act in Google every day, everybody in nowadays search in Google for different questions, we discovered that there is a huge amount of presentation-related articles. The question, who made a presentation? And honestly, we can give you an answer. Every author and writer and lyric, when publish new books, there is a presentation of new books. We saw amazing sample of just now composed pieces on the stage as well. Actors and dancers every evening on the stage make a presentation of the theater and writer idea of their performances. Dancers and visual artists make a presentation of their art and concepts in all of their exhibitions. So we appreciate our artworks as a media presenting the idea we would like to share. Some mosquitoes around them. It's very important that big idea can be a teamwork. And the teamwork can be a fun, great fun. This is a part of my students in the faculty. The idea can extend your space of mind. To promote the causes we are working, we are in love at the moment, to inspire others. I think that some from Netherlands recognize very easy that image. It was some years ago. And the question is, why visual is so important in that kind of presentation? Self-irony. I hope it's read in a good way. Lost dog, 3 legs, blind in left eye, tail broken, missing right ear, recently castrated, answer to name Lucky. This is manuscript is from Alan Fletcher, one of biggest 5-person founders of Pentagram Studio. interactive can be that kind of presentation. There is a lot of stories behind that, and there is amazing books dedicated to visual thinking. One of these I bring with it. It's by Willemijn Brandt. She's a Dutch visual artist, which I like it very much. And last slides I would like to share with you are artworks from Dan Perzowski. He's a Romanian artist, born in Sibiu, currently live and work in Bucharest with European and world-size career, including presentation of his work in famous museums, Venice Biennale including. I will not comment because it's absolutely not necessary. So the note of the problem solving can be in your hands. Never forget that and try to visualize your great idea. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Teddy. Okay. Before we go to the next artist, I'm very curious about your experiences today. So I just want to ask the audience a couple of questions about what you've learned today and how you've experienced today. So when you think of this morning and the lecturers, what was what you learned the most? What struck you the most? So I'm just going to ask a couple of people from the audience. Is there someone who would like to share something that someone learned today? Or else I'm just gonna... How about you? What's your name and where you're from?
I'm Benjamin. I'm from Germany. I really enjoyed the day, but I can't pick anything. I learned so much today, or got so much impact for me to think over, ask myself the questions Alexandra gave us along that morning, and yeah, rethink some necessary decisions that I thought I did, but I should better do again.
Can you name an example if you wish to share?
Yeah, being self-employed without a real business plan is a big question, I think, which I should rethink.
Good one. Okay, how about you? What's your name and where you're from? No? Okay. That's okay, that's all right. Someone, oh, good. What's your name and where you're from?
My name is Asya, I'm from Germany, and what I've learned today is that when you have a talent, when you want to make art, I've learned that it's not just something that you can't pin down, it's just something very going around in your mind. You can name it, you can pin it down, and you can work with it, and you have to visualize it. So it's not just something, it's not just, you know, it's not something fake just wobbling around. It's something very real, and once you know it's real, you can work with it and achieve your goals.
Wow, thank you. Eloquently spoken. Someone else maybe would like to share something that struck him the most today? Something remarkable? Just going to ask one more person. How about you? You did a lovely performance yesterday. Is there something you would like to share with us what you learned today?
Well, for me, it really, when Alexander was speaking, it really got to my mind that even though I don't make a living from music, it is still a business. So I really have to think about what I want to do with it.
Is there anything in the in the near future, something short-term? Do you have a short-term goal right now?
Well, what you already told yesterday, I'm working on an album and I want to finish that, but I have to make a plan to really get forward.
Oh, it's nice that this week is really encouraging you to just move on with it and just do it and go for it. Yes, I have sound. Okay. Well, the next artist is a young talent. She's 19 years old, and she performed last year as well. She's incredibly gifted. I think she has a very unique sound as a singer, and to be writing songs at this age is just amazing. And she recently had the privilege to perform in a couple of theatres in Holland. She's from Holland. And she was in a theatre show with a big famous actress and singer in the Netherlands. If you're Dutch, you know her, Karin Bloemen. So that was just such an honor, and that really speaks for the talent that she has. And I'm so glad that she's going to share it with us this evening. Is everyone ready? Okay, well, give a warm applause for Jolien Damsma.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. How's your evening going so far? Good? Okay. Tonight I'm going to sing 2 songs. And the first song I'm going to play with Jonathan and Torsten together. And it's a really soft song about love and knowing that there's someone out there I'm going to meet one day, a special person. And it's called A Fleeting Thought. Maybe it will be another couple years before I meet the one who I'll forever love. I think about you now and how we'll meet somehow. I pray you're doing fine and hope you wear your smile. And maybe I've already passed you on the streets, but that second I stared at the sky. And maybe you're somewhere living your dreams, but I miss you, my dear, and I wish you were here. I'll swallow flying low through pastel clouds will flow. I wish that you were here so we could share this view. It's strange how you can miss an unknown kind of bliss, a shiver that makes the heart glow. And maybe you've broken your heart once before and call love now a fleeting thought. And if so, let me find you and revive love once more. I'll close memory lane, I'll undo you from pain. start to bloom. Spring never comes too soon, and I know you'll be right on time. I promise I'll fight for our love, so when we grow old, I'll be right there by your side. Thank you. Okay, so for this next song, I wanted to oops, to write a song that would help people to follow their passion, to go for it. When you lost the spark, find it again. And I think of all the people like Martin Luther King and Neil Armstrong, people that had a dream, and they did what they had to do against all odds. So, and the song is called "We Are the Dreamers," but I need my guitar first. Soon became a speech. Thousands gathered around to hear what he's saying, loudly praying. Rosa took a seat on the bus from A to B, forced to give up her place to the prejudiced white man, but she won't stand. And hey, it's like a thief in the night that steals all the love in the light. So sit tight and hold on, 'cause there is always another tomorrow. Neil opened his eyes to the undiscovered skies, with the hope that one day he'd rise to place his own footstep on the moon map. And Helen smiled despite the loss of speech inside, persistent to show that she could become a writer, a true fighter. And fear may be chasing your bones, but love is the ruler of thrones. So slide down the steep hill, and the view from the mountains will meet you. Well, you're good and you're great and you're gonna be fine, though it's not always easy to see why we're here, what we do, what's the meaning of life. For the seekers and believers. Well, you're good and you're great and you're gonna be fine, though it's not always easy to see why sometimes in life we're just still last in line. But I know watching over you. Why we're here, what we do, what's the meaning of life? We're the seekers and believers. And you're great and you're gonna be fine, though it's not always easy to see. Or sometimes in life you're just still left in line. But I know, I know, I know that we are the dreamers. Thank you.
Yes, I think I speak for everyone when I say OMG. That was amazing. I need to come up with some new adjectives because I keep saying amazing. I need to have a thesaurus or something. Keep repeating myself, but it was OMG. Okay, so our next artist is a visual artist and illustrator. And she has been freelance for over 14 years, a lot of experience. And I know that she's often spoken about artists who have made it and what we can learn from her. Her work includes making illustrations for magazines and newspaper, like the Evangelical Broadcasting Company. She's from Holland. Wedding announcements and logos, and what I found on her website, and I thought that was really nice. And I think she spoke about it last year as well, that her autonomous work derives from what she calls her daily circle, and that stands for embrace, space and freedom, meaning the God in me, and that she works from that every day with her art. So that sounds really, really good. And so we're going to see some of her work. So everyone, let's give a warm welcome to Gerdien van Delft.
I'm Gerdien van Delft. I'm going to show you some of my work, but I'm going to sit down there, so now you see who I am. Is it working already? This one? Hi. Backwards. So thank you for the introduction. Thank you for the introduction. We are very happy to be here, and we brought our both kids here. Judah he's 9 years old, and Hosanna, she's 6 years old. And you definitely have seen them jumping and running around, or at least hearing them. So you will see some pictures of my family also. I love to have my models sometimes around. And last year I showed the wedding announcement I made for Jacob and Hester. And in June this year, there was a baby girl born. And I made a birth announcement based on the wedding card. Another family series is this one. A wedding card and 2 birth announcements. A couple started with a high heel and a stocker shoe at the back, and I'm curious about if there are more shoes coming. I'm the editor of one page in the Visie RTV magazine of the EO, the Evangelical Broadcast in the Netherlands. A part of my job that took the most time in my work and brings the most money on because of its weekly returning assignment. I'm searching the internet and collecting nice do-it-yourself, lovely ideas and great wanna-haves. I put it in a theme, and sometimes I make a post myself. You see Judah here. I made this page now for 3.5 years. I calculated that I made 170 pages like this. This one was during the voting of the government in the Netherlands. I was asked also for making an artwork with red pencils. Vote with your heart was the title. Last Christmas I was more involved in the whole process of the magazine. I made the cover, the hand lettering, and also my hands are photographed. I'm making the paper stars and ink splatters, and I draw with silver ink the hand lettering. This is an illustration about the real meaning of Christmas. This summer, the AOVC published 5 interviews with people and their favorite psalm. These are all the illustrations with the favorite verses. Each year, during Pentecost, we have in Holland a festival with a lot of singing. It's called Opwekking, which means revival. And each year they add 10 or more songs to a famous songbook. And I was asked to did a recycle project on the songbook for the Visie. I made a headpiece of the old printed on yellow paper songbook. This one is Hoedje van Papier. There's a famous song in Holland. And this is on the cover. This is another headpiece. But didn't make it to the cover because of the model didn't really like the photograph, so that was a pity. It's also a nice do-it-yourself with my models, all recycled. You can see at right top the opwekking bundle, sliced and shredded. For a photo shoot with a cloud appreciator, I made the 3 papier maché cloud. It took me 3 days to make it. A bit too long for the money, but it was a nice experience. And these are the photographs made by the photographer later on. An illustration and hand lettering, a prayer for the birthday of King Willem-Alexander. Artwork for a CD project of Jan Willem and Janine Beens, also with a bit of hand lettering. This is a card for you. For with you is the fountain of life. In your light we see light. Suffering produces perseverance. Life, because life isn't perfect. So this is my work on Studio Rebel. And on the other hand, I developed myself in my fine art because I love it and need it. And last year I told you about my journey with the circle. And this is the first circle I made quite big. 100 by 80 centimeters. It feels like a body form. 2 years ago I shared my story, but the short version is I climbed out of burned out, and during the recovery I learned that the circle form has a deeper meaning for me. And to me the circle is the symbol of desire to embrace, protection, safety, space, freedom and connection. The place where it all happened. My daily circle is a visual research into the essential. I worked intensively for 1.5 years and made a lot of circles. The circle is still an inspirational form for me. This is work you maybe see already last year. But during CA, with the workshop of Peter Smith, we had to draw a potato. Also a kind of circle, so I was very happy. There's some more. And potatoes can be very emotional. I also use other materials, such as wax, and I made my first bronze sculpture. I didn't make it myself, but the bronze part. But I love the outcome. Some circles in acrylics. I bring it, and it's still in the exhibition upstairs. They're becoming more abstract, but there's still some circle in it. I recently made a painting together with my daughter Hosanna. We bring it also in the exhibition. I also love to work on with textile, and this is I work with old socks. Maybe you know my sock tapestries already. For this special exhibition in Zwolle with a lot of Christian artists, I made a special one with old socks. The exhibition was about refugees and was called Nergens thuis, which means nowhere at home, somewhere at home. And this piece called Hope. I played with the crib form, what refers to new life, but also a boat. Only in the boat there is hope. So thanks for your attention. You can follow me on Instagram or Facebook, or if you're not on social media, check my website. Thank you.
Beautiful work, Gerdien. Now we're going to hear something from Lane. So let's give him a hand.
I have to start first with some announcements, and hopefully you can make some notes, otherwise you will be lost tomorrow afternoon for the workshops. So let me see what we have here. First, about a question. There is an Arts for Therapy app group within Christian artists, and the one hosting that is Yoshiko Rompel. So if you are in that area active, then join that app group. Let me see. Then in the community of practice meeting for the vocalists and the singers, they like to proceed that meeting Tuesday at dinner. And that will be hosted by Didi and Dale Chapman. Didi, can you stand up so they can see you? Who is Didi? Here. Where? Here. They're in the back. That's Didi. So Tuesday, 6:15, dinner time. Join Didi. She will have a table there somewhere. What else? Hopefully you did walk around to find the workshop locations. Otherwise you will have a real difficult time tomorrow. Still you can sign up for talent evaluation at the reception. And for the one active in the visual art or another fine art, on the first floor in the old building, that corridor has 50 easels, and it's all set up, so it's really worth going there for a visit and see what it is. And if you have not participated yet in that, there is still a couple are free, so that would be wonderful. Signing up for the collaboration workshops are still possible. And just a sidetrack, but quite important, where is the bar tonight? Outside. Because the weather is okay. Oh, that's important, huh? So where is the bar? Outside. It's beside the church. So you go to the old building and walk through the corridors, and you get there somewhere to a door, and in that square there will be the bar. Yeah? You get it? Not here. There. There.
You go there.
Okay, you go outside over the bridge to the old building, and then you find your way. It's, by the way, that open field, that square is on your maps in the book. For the artist who will teach, and for you as participant who want to go to workshop, at the reception are the list to sign. And for the participants, you can find out the sheets for the workshops you signed in. So it's important to check that. So tonight, after the concert, and tomorrow from 8:45, you have the chance to see that and pick up the list. Let me see, there are some more things here. On page 15 of your program book is a mistake. And it's the text of the workshop Sounds, Movement, a Musical by Angelique Petit and Jean-Pierre Rudolph and Tobias Kerkhoven. It's the wrong explanation. That explanation you will read belongs to praying the Psalms without words, if I say it correctly. So don't get mixed up here. Let me see. And there's a change in workshop location. The one of Jennifer Planka and Marta Jakobowicz, they changed to the room Meditation 1 in Torhouse. Yeah? Okay, you find it on your map. These announcements will be put as well at the reception. And Peter Smith and Renske go to the Anno-zaal. Yeah? So, if you're searching tomorrow where is what, and you get lost, then you know it's your own fault, because I don't see anybody making a note. So it's not my problem then. Then, Nikos Papadogiorgos and Aaron de Lijster, they go to the room Multimedia. Yeah? And the CA reception will explain where that is. And Arthur Puren's workshop will go to Wintergarten. Hope you made a note. But at the reception will be this explained. Yeah? So important that at least tomorrow you view the text at reception, where is what. Otherwise you really will have a problem tomorrow afternoon and the next days. Having said that, it brings me to the little text of today, and I will read it. And that has all to do with the wisdom and information that was shared with us. And it comes from Proverbs. And this text must be at least 3,000 years old. And reading this text, I thought, there's nothing new under the sun, because what it is saying, the teaching of the wise is a fountain of life, turning a man from the snares of death, because good understanding wins favor. And that's true. That's what we were talking about today. We desperately need wisdom and insight just to live and to live together. Several of the speakers have addressed the importance that you work together in collaboration projects, because only together we will move on and will find purpose and meaning. Because so easily we all are locked up in our own daily work or for what we do. And some points were raised about self. And that is, believe me, a very important discussion which everybody now and then has to do in your personal life. Who am I? Where am I for? What is the purpose of my life? For myself, I'm over 50 years as a professional active in the arts. I turned 71 and I slowed down quite a bit for a part because I've been very ill. I come to that later. And you start thinking, who am I? Where I'm for this world? And what should I do with, thankful, the years I got? It's interesting. I remember the time I was running around like crazy, doing so many projects, being the producer of so many things. And there is a website where year by year all the projects are listed, what we have been doing. And Rio was always running around to take care of the finances, because that made her mad, because I always spend it too much on projects. But I love the projects and she loves me. So you can understand the conflict, you know, that. But it worked out. But looking back, we have done so many things that when I read that, all the statistics, all the reviews, I get tired. I get tired of myself. And sometimes I think, how the heck we have been doing all those things? Was it really that important? Or finally ask yourself, what does really matter? What does really matter? And I had to think about that because I got so serious ill this spring that if they had not discovered in time, I wouldn't have been here. I mean, it was that serious disease. So I kept happy face all the time. And Ria came every day and sometimes even 3 times a day. It's amazing. I was for 15 days in the hospital. My sons showed up. They never show up. Now they showed up every day. And it was a great family meeting. And I was playing the happy guy. Oh yes, it's going good. But somewhere, when you're alone, you have those creepy thoughts. You know, what if? What if? So what's really worthwhile to live for? And I have several conclusions. One is that you might be a genius, but nothing can replace your family. The love and the understanding of your immediate family is so precious. Now I know that some of us have suffered because their families fell apart, or when you are very talented, your parents, when you are growing up, may not understand you or put you in the wrong direction. I was such a kid. I was a very gifted kid. Nobody understood me. I went through hell. So I'm very dedicated to young artists to create a floor for them, that this will never happen among us as Christian artists, that we do not recognize a talent who is young. We should be proud of them and stand with that and bless them and give them every opportunity. I believe in that very strongly. So that's another goal. What can I do for the years I have to make it work for young artists? Because I don't want to see that things will happen with them what I had to suffer, really. So there are some true values. And I had one moment, I really had to think, okay, hopefully it get better. I trusted God for that. And then, what are you going to do with your life? What should you do? Big new projects? And I thought, no. Be a Christian artist. And hopefully some more years to go. Because what we have here together is extremely precious. There is no other place in this world where every form of art has its rightful place, where the artist will have the rightful respect and mutual understanding. That is here. And that includes the speakers. And nobody will ask you in any situation about your faith. Do you have the right theology? That's not important. That's a private matter between God and you. I don't care. But I care really about how we live together. Because living together in love, that is the sign. Not if we have learned the Bible by heart. I know there are some churches where you have to learn every day at least 2 Bible verses. I always thought was the sense of that. Yeah. So spitting with Bible verses will not make you a good person. The only thing you learned was spitting Bible verses. Yeah? I believe in the Bible. But I take out the values that last, that matter. I think the example of Jesus Christ is amazing. How he lived his life, how he was dedicated, how he stood up against a lot of weird stuff that was happening. And today, the same weird stuff is happening. It has only a different name. Yeah? Why should we believe in populism? Why should we believe in make America great again? Or why should we believe in make Holland great again? Or whoever great again? I mean, those are lies. Don't believe the lies. Don't go for the fake news, but what is really true and uplifting and building up. And then by sharing, you get a blessing. That's a very interesting biblical rule. By to give, you will receive. So share your art. Share your gift. Share your life. It's the most precious thing you have. I decided to share my life for the years to come. And I'm thankful I got some years. Bless you.
Thank you, Elaine. Okay, so our last but not least artist for this evening is a 7-string guitarist. And he's a singer, songwriter, composer, arranger, and he's based in Paris, but I think he's from the UK originally. And he specializes in combining classical and contemporary music. He has recorded over more than 12 CDs of his own music, and he has performed in several theatres and cathedrals. And one very special thing to mention, that a couple of years ago he was a music director for a televised service held at the 15,000-seater Bercy Stadium, if I pronounce it correctly, in Paris. And I think I've heard some things he's going to perform tonight. And it sounded really lovely. So why don't we give a very, very warm welcome to John Featherstone.
Thanks a lot, and it's great to be here. It's been a few years since we've been a Christian Artist, and in those years I've recorded two very contrasting CDs. One solo instrumental album with my 7-string guitar, and then more recently a multi-choral trilingual work based on the 4th century text, the Te Deum. It took 2 years to write and record from start to finish. It features 3 vocal groups and 4 musicians in performance. We did a premiere performance in GB a month ago, and I thought that it would be quite useful to be able to show you a clip. So I asked an engineer friend of mine to do that and to prepare something specially for you. So it hasn't been seen before. It's for CA that it's been done. And the piece represents the culmination of the Te Deum. It's the last movement. As a Christian artist, living in an uncertain world, I completely relate to the way that this beautiful and powerful text ends, and you'll hear it in a minute. Lord, show us your love and mercy, for we have put our trust in you. In you, Lord, is our hope. Let us never be put to shame. You'll see that the piece starts classically in Latin and then changes to a contemporary style, alternating between English and French. So it's quite a linguistic bit of fun. The last section of this particular piece combines all 3 choirs in a heartfelt appeal that God should not let us down. So it's a slow build, so be patient, and I hope you can make this prayer of the Te Deum yours tonight. So let's press play and listen to that. It starts in silence, and they come in, the men first, and then full choir, and then we move on to the others. So do press the button whenever you want. Let's go for it. A bit more volume.
No. We have put our trust in you, in you.
Que ta bonté, Seigneur, veille sur nous. Que ta bonté, Seigneur, veille sur nous. Nous avons mis en toi notre espérance, en toi. Fiat misericordia tua, Domine, super nos, quem ad modum speravimus in te.
Thank you. Going to welcome the musicians to the stage, please. Musicians and singers, thank you. Hello. Great. Jan Willem, Thorsten Harder, Matthijs, Estienne Riel, Naomi, Sarah, et Hannah. Sorry, I've gone into French in the middle of that sentence. There we are. It's all very well producing videos of live performances and that sort of stuff, but somebody once said to me, if you write a new work, you must be able to just walk into a room with one piece of paper and perform it. That's a complete load of rubbish, in actual fact. You cannot sometimes. But we thought we would try it, and so this is now the... we're about 32 people short, but it's going to be good, and we're going to enjoy ourselves. This is another number from the same Tedeum. This is number 9, and it's called... Salvum. Yeah, well, that's great. We've got a bit of light, and I shall move over to here. It's okay. For you, anything.
Save your people, Lord, and bless your inheritance.
Save your people, Lord. Govern and uphold them now and always. Save your people, Lord, and bless your inheritance. Save your people, Lord. Govern and uphold them now and always. Sauve ton peuple.
Sauve ton peuple, Seigneur.
Sauve ton peuple.
Bénis ton héritage.
Sauve ton peuple.
Conduis tes enfants
Et fais-les parvenir à l'éternité. Et regeos et extol los usque in eternum. Save your people, Lord,
Sauve ton peuple, Seigneur.
and bless your inheritance.
Bénis ton héritage.
Govern and uphold them.
Conduis tes enfants
Et fais-les parvenir à l'éternité. Save your people, Lord,
Sauve ton peuple, Seigneur.
and bless your inheritance.
Bénis ton héritage.
Govern and uphold them.
Conduis tes enfants et fais-les parvenir
Now and always.
à l'éternité.
Save your people, Lord,
Sauve ton peuple, Seigneur.
and bless your inheritance.
Bénis ton héritage.
Govern and uphold them.
Conduis tes enfants et fais-les parvenir à l'éternité.
Okay, now over to something completely different. This one is called Life Goes On. Have I got a guitar? Yeah. one last short piece. This one is called Last Word. In the light of what Lena's just been saying, and in the light of all the verbiage that is in the media constantly with different varieties of what could be called truth or fiction, there is one person in the universe who will have the final word.
Thank you so much. Well, that concludes the end of our evening, so we'll see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock, and have a nice evening.